Here we go. We are in Gunther's adopted hometown of Berlin, Germany. Gunther from Vienna, Austria. You saw Charles Robinson hold up the World Heavyweight Championship. That's what this match is all about. And the first time these two went toe-to-toe was in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament back in May at the King and Queen of the Ring Premium Live event, where we would see an epic battle between these two. So we know this is going to be nothing short of an instant classic. But there was an interesting ending to that match, with Gunther getting the pin on Randy Orton. But Randy Orton's shoulders weren't down fully, and the ref never saw it and counted to 3. But Gunther, the King of the Ring, and so where Randy Orton went with that was, had the ref seen Randy Orton's shoulders weren't down, Randy Orton might have won that match. Randy Orton would have become King of the Ring and would have earned that guaranteed title shot at SummerSlam, and perhaps would have gone on to defeat Damian Priest for the world title, much like what Gunther did. And that's how we're here right now. Gunther defeating Damian Priest back at SummerSlam. But now Gunther kind of, led on a little bit that he was disappointed how his last encounter with Randy Orton ended, how their last match ended, that it wasn't a fully decisive victory, and that being the shoulders of Randy Orton weren't fully down, so technically it would have been a cover break, a kick out, but it wasn't seen. But this is Randy Orton's rematch against Gunther. But this time, the gold is on the line, as Randy Orton looks to become a 15-time World Heavyweight Champion. A rope break is being forced. There's one thing we know about Randy Orton. He can be a menace when he needs to be. But Gunther has been quite the menace as of late. Randy Orton looking to make Gunther's reign as world champion the shortest. And one of the greatest to ever do it, Randy Orton, a future Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. Gunther, side headlock takeover on Orton. Orton now with a side headlock takeover to Gunther and a head scissor, and they break free, and we're back to square one. We are right back to square one between these two of the very best in WWE today. There is a reason that the ring general Gunther is the World Heavyweight Champion. And in fact, if you heard the pre-show earlier, you heard it from The Miz saying that 75% of his career, Gunther has held a championship. Whether it was the NXT UK Championship that he held for over 800 days, or the Intercontinental Championship that he held for 666 days. Now your World Heavyweight Champion. Not much time between WrestleMania and from when he lost his Intercontinental Championship to Sami Zayn and winning the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam, defeating Damian Priest, not to mention the accomplishment obtained in between becoming the King of the Ring, which the King of the Ring has led to some great futures for some of the all-time greats, including the likes of WWE's own Chief Content Officer, The Game, Triple H. And these two tie up, collar and elbow in the center of the ring. Gunther caught by Orton. Orton has it seemed Orton was going after the wrist, but Gunther instead has Orton locked. Look at the way that Gunther has the arm trapped in between this side headlock. This is going to put a lot of pressure on the arm and the shoulder on top of the neck. There's a lot of pressure in the upper area of Randy Orton being applied. Randy Orton trying to fight out of this. Gunther has this locked in deep. And Randy Orton sends Gunther back into the corner. And Orton was caught by Gunther. Orton was thinking a back elbow, but these two separate. The last thing Randy Orton wants is for this match to end via disqualification from a rope break. Imagine that, Orton looking to become a 15-time world champion, and that's how this match ends. We know one thing about these two. And Gunther, from what we've seen over the last few years, Gunther being on the main roster, match after match after match, Gunther always puts on a show here for the WWE Universe. He is an instant classic generator and a general. He is the ring general, Gunther. This place is going nuts. I might go deaf just for the clapping of the WWE Universe here in Berlin. This is absolute insanity. And Gunther chopped to Randy Orton. Stunning Orton. The second one sends Randy Orton to his back, connecting the canvas. And Orton now in the corner. Gunther driving his shoulder into the midsection of WWE's Apex Predator. Gunther, the current World Heavyweight Champion. Once upon a time, Randy Orton was the youngest World Heavyweight Champion at just the young and spry age of 24. Randy Orton looking to do it once again in 2024 and become a world champion for the 15th time. Germany really giving the fans in Lyon a run for their money. Absolutely electric every time we head outside of the country, outside of the United States. The fans get extremely electric. Been quite the celebration for many days since we've arrived in Germany. And right now it is our main event. What the fans have been waiting for weeks for, have been waiting months. The fans, we've all been waiting for this since the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. When the way the match ended between Randy Orton and Gunther, we knew the rematch was coming. But we didn't know how big the stakes were going to be, how high the stakes would be, especially with Gunther now as your world champion, and this match being a world championship match. Gunther not wasting any time. Look at this. Oh my, this is unique offense. Look at the way he's torquing the shoulder. And Gunther knows a lot about his opponent, Randy Orton. It's not a secret that Randy Orton was out for 18 months with a near career-ending back injury. So Gunther was going after that neck of Randy Orton, but Randy Orton able to counter at desperate times and sending Gunther into the steel steps. And Randy Orton going after Gunther. What is Gunther now favoring the shoulder? How much damage was done to the shoulder? Brilliant strategy by Orton, veteran instincts to go back into the ring and force the count to be restarted, breaking the count. And now working on the arm of Gunther. This is Gunther's toughest challenge to date. Gunther has faced some of the best, but Randy Orton is one of the best, if not the greatest of all time. When it comes to technical in-ring work, Randy Orton is proving just how good he is. Gunther, may have made a mistake by taking Orton a little bit too lightly. And Randy Orton has Gunther right where he wants him. We've seen this many times. This is vintage Randy Orton. Just one of the things that is vintage Randy Orton. That backdrop suplex onto our announce desk as Randy Orton looks for a second one on the ring general. And a second one to Gunther. And now Randy Orton going on the attack of Gunther. Gunther does have champion's advantage, so Randy Orton does need to get Gunther back in the ring before the count of 10. Orton previously breaking the ref's count. Back into the ring. Smart. Charles Robinson warning Randy Orton that you got to get Gunther back in the ring. Just in the nick of time, Randy Orton got back in the ring to break referee Charles Robinson's count. And again, Orton with another backdrop suplex on the announce desk. And this is the pace that Randy Orton likes, that slow pace, a very similar pace to Gunther. So these two are quite matched. Orton with a little bit more experience than Gunther. Randy Orton's been doing this, been a mainstay on the WWE main roster since 2002. The same year as the GOAT, John Cena, made his debut. The same year that the Beast, Brock Lesnar, made his debut. Sleeper by Gunther. Gunther has put many superstars to sleep with a sleeper hold in the past. Orton wrenching the arm over his shoulders. And now just sending Gunther over his shoulder onto his back. Driving the hand of Gunther into the mat. Inflicting pain to the champion. Randy Orton wants to leave no holes. Wants to make sure there are no unanswered questions when it comes to this match. And wants to make sure he puts Gunther away emphatically to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. And he's doing a good job of it right now by driving his knee into the neck of Gunther. This is putting a lot of pressure on the neck of Gunther. Plus, it's going to make it harder for Gunther to breathe. And a boot to the midsection of Randy Orton. Gunther starting to fight back. Boom, what a thunderous chop. Boot to the midsection of Gunther. Randy Orton. And again, going after the arm of Gunther. Lateral press. And Orton only gets a 2 count. Orton thought he had it. But Gunther is as tough as they come, much like Randy Orton. These are the two of the toughest, the best that WWE has to offer. And it's going to take a little bit more than that to keep Gunther down for the 3. There's a reason that Gunther is your World Heavyweight Champion. Gunther personifies elegance in the squared circle. He is a wrestler's wrestler. And Gunther fighting back up to his feet. Fighting back at Randy Orton. Driving his knee into the midsection of the Viper. But Orton capitalizing on Gunther and countering. And now a fall away slam on Gunther. But you can see Orton holding onto the back of his neck. Gunther's been working on the back of the neck of Randy Orton throughout this match. And now Orton goes to the cover. But Gunther again kicking out at 1. Talk about an emphatic kick out. Gunther showing just how much energy he has left. Just how great his conditioning is. It just proves how incredibly talented and how far Gunther is willing to go. It shows grit. It shows toughness, physical and mental. You know, when it comes to professional wrestling, it isn't just a physical game that these two are putting each other through. It's a mental game. And if there's anybody that knows mind games just as well as Randy Orton, it might just be this man, the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. What a clothesline to Randy Orton. But didn't get a lot of force behind it because of the damage that's been done throughout this match. And another clothesline, but still not that that he's looking for. That's the problem right there, is Orton effectively went after that arm of Gunther. But here comes a big boot for the champion, stunning WWE's Apex Predator. And now Gunther looking for another clothesline. Using the ropes for momentum. But Orton punches the arm of Gunther to counter. And now Orton with a clothesline of his own. And now Orton takes down the champion. And Orton, snap power slam. And hooks the leg. Will it be enough? And it is not enough. Only enough for a 2 count on Gunther. Talk about a fight between these two. Talk about a war. These two are really bringing it to each other tonight here in Berlin, Germany. It is our main event. And talk about a main event it has been. We started this night with Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Championship. And we close off Bash in Berlin, this hectic, incredible weekend in Berlin, with two incredible wrestlers in Gunther and Randy Orton. Talk about a technical masterpiece these two are delivering right now. Gunther able to counter. Gunther looking to get back in this thing. The damage has already been done to the arm of the champion. Randy Orton knows it, but Gunther having to dig deep to keep the challenger down. But Gunther went up to the top and spent too much time getting up to the top. And now Orton had some time to fight back at Gunther. What a chop to the chest of the ring general. Orton's starting to smell a little bit of blood. He realizes how much damage he's truly done to that arm of Gunther, and now doesn't want to lose a second of momentum. Orton, we know what's coming next from Randy Orton. We've seen this time and time again, looking to pay homage to his father, the ace, Cowboy Bob Orton, with a superplex. But again, Randy Orton holding on the back of the neck. And, you know, there's a reason they say high risk, high reward. Damage has been done to Gunther. That's the reward of it. That's what you get in return for putting your body at stake. But Orton held on to that neck of his that Gunther's been working on throughout this match. Orton was able to get the arm over Gunther, but it wasn't a deep cover, so Gunther was able to kick out at 2. It is a record-setting crowd tonight here in Berlin, Germany, with over 13,000 fans in attendance. Gunther, the champion, defending against the Viper, WWE's apex predator, Randy Orton, who is looking to become a 15-time world champion, but finding out it's not going to be that easy. But you got to think Orton knew it was going to be that easy. He's had quite some time to study his opponent, to study the champion, much like Gunther has had years of tape to study of Randy Orton, who has been on the top of this company for over 20 years. And a boot to the midsection of Gunther, and now an uppercut. Gunther fights back with a chop. And Randy Orton returns the favor with a chop of his own. And Gunther fights back, and now these two trading chops in the center of the ring. Heavy artillery shots. Back and forth. And tit for tat. Blow for blow. Who wants it more? Randy Orton now starting to pick up a little bit of steam here, but Gunther blocks the shot of Orton with a shot of his own. Gunther with boots to the midsection of Randy Orton. Gunther trying to finally build some momentum, but you can see Gunther's been holding on the wrist throughout this match. Randy Orton with a thumb to the eye of Gunther. That's an old little trick he learned from the dirtiest player of the game. A little bit of old school. Paying a little bit of homage to one Nature Boy. And Randy Orton sends Gunther out to the ring apron. And I mentioned there's a couple things that are vintage Randy Orton, and this is the other one, that DDT draping over the middle rope. Vintage Randy Orton. Both men are down, though. Randy Orton trying to fight through the pain. Despite everything, Orton's trying to push through. Give it everything it has. Give it everything he's got. What's it going to take? Randy Orton running off of adrenaline of the WWE Universe. Orton's been on the top for so long. And then spent the last, spent 18 months of his career on the sidelines, recovering from a severe back injury that he thought at one point, and he admitted it, he thought his career might have been over. But from the looks of this match so far, Randy Orton still got quite a bit left in the tank. Randy Orton, the Viper, getting ready to strike. The sound you never want to hear, those fists of Randy Orton hitting the mat as he measures up the ring general and measuring up for a 15th World Championship. Don't turn around, Gunther. You're not going to like the view. Or, okay, wait. Countered by Gunther on a German suplex. Randy Orton landing high on that spine. As I mentioned, throughout this match, Gunther's been working on that neck of Randy Orton and continuing to do so. High impact moves causing more and more damage to the back of the neck of Randy Orton. Randy Orton trying to pull himself up back to his feet. Orton is stunned. I don't even know if Randy Orton knows where he is. It's not too often you see Randy Orton in a situation like this, where you're unsure if he's gonna survive a match. And a shotgun drop kick to the challenger. Gunther finds the mark on that drop kick. And now the champion heads up to the top. And a splash. Gunther digging down deep in the playbook on that one and hooks the leg. But Orton able to kick out of two. Way to hook a leg. Gunther didn't have a choice. Gunther had to find a different way to hook the leg with the damage that's been done to his arm. Gunther immediately grabbing the arm. But Orton able to kick out, though. Gunther had to find a new strategy on how to hook the arm, how to hook the leg. And he found it, but it wasn't enough for the 3 count. This is what this is all about. This is what you're willing to go through. This is what you're willing to put your body through. How far you're willing to go to be the world champion. These are opportunities that don't come too often. Randy Orton's been fortunate enough to do it 14 times. Now for a 15th. Randy Orton needs victory here to become a 15-time world champion. But Gunther does not want to lose his World Heavyweight Championship this early. Randy Orton was lifted up by Gunther, but there's not enough strength in the arm and Gunther enough strength in the shoulder to pick up Randy Orton. Randy Orton, 285 pounds. Gunther with a clothesline, but using the other arm, not having a choice. That was the left arm. Gunther has a damaged right arm. Gunther perhaps looking for that power bomb once again. And again, Gunther going to go for it. Changing up the technique, but no, Orton counters. Again, that bad arm. Orton holding on to the back leg. Randy Orton, 285, 290. It's going to be tough to defeat Randy Orton with one arm. I mean, it's already tough enough to defeat somebody like Randy Orton, a legend, with 2 arms, let alone just one. And Randy Orton once again grabbing the leg of the ring general. What's it going to take? 3 failures on a power bomb. It's not too often we see Gunther in a situation like this. But Gunther hasn't always wrestled opponents like one Randy Orton. There are very few superstars who achieve the same level of success, same levels of success as Randy Orton. Gunther finally connects with a powerbomb. Will it be enough? And Randy Orton kicks out. The ring general Gunther gave it all he had to connect with that powerbomb, but it wasn't enough to keep Randy Orton down for the 3. The problem is Gunther couldn't get as much force onto it as he wanted, as much oomph, because of the damage in that arm. And that's been a reoccurring theme, because I mentioned the oomph and the clotheslines wasn't there. The clotheslines were a little bit weaker than usual from Gunther. And that's all to the brilliant strategy of the Viper, Randy Orton, who attacked that right arm. Gunther calling for it. Gunther calling a shot, saying he is done with Randy Orton and that this one is going to be over. Gunther, one more power bomb. His arm might be as hurt as we think. RKO out of nowhere! RKO, new champion! Oh, what? A millisecond away. Randy Orton was just this close. Let's take a look at this one more time. Gunther went for the powerbomb, and then boom, an RKO out of nowhere. And you hear the chant of the WWE Universe, and rightfully so. Randy Orton talking to himself. He's hearing those voices in his head. He's going to those places. He's going to that place. He can't believe that Gunther just kicked out of the RKO out of nowhere. And when Orton, when they say it could happen out of nowhere, when you stand across the ring from Randy Orton, you don't believe it until it happens to you. It's happened to some of the greats. And Gunther was able to survive. And now Randy Orton clearing off the German announce desk. Randy Orton holding onto that lower back. As I mentioned throughout this match, Orton had recovered from it spent 18 months recovering from a double fusion back surgery. Orton was out for 18 months. 18 months of his career was gone. A year and a half, that is. And now Randy Orton trying to get it all back. He tried to get it back at the Royal Rumble and a fatal four-way for the undisputed WWE Championship. That championship now held by his friend and Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton opting to go after Gunther's World Heavyweight Championship, invoking the rematch that Triple H even knew was deserved and earned for Randy Orton based on the way their match ended in Riyadh. And now Gunther bouncing Randy Orton off the announce desk. Orton fights back with a shot to Gunther. Randy Orton again looking for a backdrop. Oh, this time onto the steel steps. Down goes the ring general. Randy Orton really bringing the fight to Gunther here. And now the official, Charles Robinson, at the count of 3. Randy Orton has had to stop the count a couple times now throughout this match. Randy Orton taking a little bit of a breather, sitting down for a second. These two are in a lot of pain. These two have put each other through the wire. Could it be a matter of moments before Randy Orton becomes a 15-time world champion? Now at the count of 5, it seems. And Randy Orton has the top of the steel steps in hand. Gunther rolls back into the ring. Now, this time it's Gunther, the one who breaks the count. Gunther trying to roll back into the ring to break the count. And forcing Charles Robinson to stop the count. Orton just putting the steps back together. And Gunther rolling out of harm's way to get back in the ring. But also stopping the count. Whichever came first, I don't know. But this match did not end in count out. That's one thing for sure and for certain. As this match continues on, these two are truly bringing the fight to each other. Randy Orton in control. Dragging Gunther out. What does Randy Orton have in mind for Gunther? Bounces him right off my announce desk. And now Randy Orton breaking the count. Randy Orton breaking the count and going right after the attack on Gunther. Randy Orton has to pin or submit Gunther in the center of the ring to become the world champion. And now driving Gunther off the steel steps and again off the steel steps. Randy Orton has truly brought the fight to the ring general Gunther. And one heck of a bout between two warriors, two gladiators. As the fans here in Berlin, Germany are electric. They have been non-stop electric throughout the night. Look at this. Randy Orton, no way. No way. On the top of the steel steps, Randy Orton going to send Gunther through the German announce desk, and Gunther goes right through the German announce table. But the thing is, Randy Orton has to pick up the dead weight of Gunther and get him back in the ring and go for the cover if he wants to win the World Heavyweight Championship. The only way Randy Orton can become world champion is by pinfall or submission in the center of the ring. Randy Orton knows it. Randy Orton feels he's slayed the beast. He's really brought the fight to Gunther like no other WWE superstar has ever done before. Randy Orton may just get a victory over Gunther and in the process winning the world championship too. And Charles Robinson, understanding that the crowd is here to see this big match, being lenient on the count out after what these two have already put their bodies through as we're in the deep waters of this match. These two have really put each other through hell as Randy Orton gets Gunther back into the ring. Randy Orton now rolls back into the ring. Randy Orton measuring up Gunther. Measuring up the world champion. Randy Orton taking his time. He is feeling the crowd here in Berlin. Randy Orton's been doing this for so long. He's accepting his flowers and soaking in the moment. And now turns his attention as he coils up and gets ready for a second RKO. This time Gunther's going to see it coming. But Gunther blocks it. Gunther able to block it. Despite everything Gunther's been through throughout this match, he was able to block that. And now wait. Sleeper locked in on Randy Orton. Gunther's got the sleeper hold locked in on the Viper. Center of the ring. Look at the eyes of the Viper. You see the alertness in the eyes. Orton realizes he's in deep trouble. He's going to have to find a way out of this, but you can see the pain in the eyes of Randy Orton. Randy Orton is going to have to find a way to break out of this, but it's not going to be easy. Orton sending Gunther back into the corner. And again, Randy Orton drives Gunther back in the corner, trying to break this hold, trying to break the sleeper hold of Gunther. Orton tried to sling Gunther away, but Gunther held on. And I was going to say Randy Orton slung Gunther away, but Gunther was able to hold on. And Gunther now slipping the arm deeper and deeper on the submission hold. The sleeper that has put many superstars to sleep in the past. How he's retained his numerous championships he's won in the WWE, including the NXT UK Championship over 800 days. Wait. Oh, looked like he was going for an RKO, but a chop to the back of the neck. And now Gunther right back into the sleeper on Randy Orton. And now it's locked on even tighter. Gunther with his elbows to Randy Orton. Desperately trying to do anything he can to put Randy Orton to sleep. To make sure at the end of the day, it is all over. To put a Viper to sleep. To defang the Viper, Randy Orton. And take out WWE's Apex Predator. Orton has Gunther up on his back, trying to somehow fight through all of it. And he lands on his back, and Gunther goes down. Randy Orton able to break. Wait. Gunther holds on. And now has the legs wrapped around the waist of Randy Orton. Randy Orton's in no man's land. The legs are wrapped around the waist. Randy Orton in deep, deep trouble. And again, look at these elbows. Look at the well-placed elbows from Gunther. And now right back. That's Randy Orton fading away. Orton may be fading. Orton trying to fight through. Look at the way that Gunther has the arm trapped of Randy Orton. You see that? Gunther saying that's it. That's it. Randy Orton just passed out. Gunther just put Randy Orton to sleep. What a classic. What a battle. These two left it all in the ring. They put it all on the line for the World Heavyweight Championship. But Gunther remains your world champion. And he retains here in his adopted hometown of Berlin, Germany. What an electric crowd it has been throughout the entire night. And even more so during this just incredible main event. Randy Orton is one of the greatest to ever do it, and proving just that tonight. Randy Orton brought it to Gunther. Gunther proving to the world just how tough he is, just how great he really is. There had been some, doubt here and there, saying that Gunther hadn't had a tough enough opponent. But Gunther got the victory over Randy Orton. Talk about meeting your match, but still somehow able to pick up the victory. Gunther with not one victory, but now 2 victories. That was as clear as day that Randy Orton could not hold on any longer, and Randy Orton was put to sleep by the ring general, Gunther. We saw Randy Orton try to go for that RKO again. It was that chop to the back of Randy Orton, and then the sleeper hold reapplied. This is where things really turn around. And these back elbows by Gunther. Gunther pulled back. And look at the way that Gunther had the arm trapped. If you look at the way Gunther had the arm trapped of Randy Orton. And the other arm went limp. And Randy Orton went to sleep. On his return to his adopted home, Gunther really brought it. And with friends and family of Gunther in attendance, the World Heavyweight Championship remains in the hands of Gunther. And look at this. Look at this stare down between these two. It's not every day we see Gunther extend the hand to an opponent. Talk about respect. That's real. The respect between these two. Gunther shakes the hand of Randy Orton. It's not every day you see this. Much like Triple H did for Randy Orton in the past, Randy Orton extends the hand for Gunther and shows his respect to the ring general, your World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther.